Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, I've said in the past, the whole reason I started doing YouTube was technically two reasons. First reason was I knew my collection was starting to get expensive and I didn't feel comfortable with it sitting in my house. So I got a safety deposit box. Well, with all my stuff sitting in a safety deposit box, I didn't get to view my items. So I decided that I was going to start recording videos showing the stuff that I had. Now, the other thing that I did was I also included any little bit of information I knew about that note. So what I was essentially doing was teaching myself, or at least refreshing my own memory, because I could then put all my stuff away in my safety deposit box and I could watch my own videos and relearn and remember all of the stuff about each particular note. Now, that's a great thing for you to do. If you have quite the collection, or even if you have a smaller collection, it doesn't even matter. It is not hard to film a video. I'm an idiot and I can do it. Filming a video and uploading it up to YouTube is not that difficult to do. And by doing so, you don't have to put your video as public. You can make your videos private. So now you will have your own private collection of all of your notes. And if you're like me, you can watch YouTube on your TV, which is so much better than watching it on a phone, let me tell you. And you get to review your collection in depth, as well as hearing your own voice narrate all the information about the note. And that's kind of reassuring because it's your voice. You know that you knew the information at one time. Whether you remember it now or not is irrelevant because you're learning it again and again and again. And it helps that information stick. Now, once again, the object is not to get 10,000 viewers. The object is for you to safely be able to view your collection at any time and to show off your collection at any time and to remember all the different things about your collection at any given time. And well, if you do make it public, who knows who's going to watch? You may all of a sudden end up with 7,000 viewers. Thank you guys for all subscribing. I really appreciate that. I'm over 7,100 now, and that's just insane. So thank you so much. But yeah, making YouTube videos doesn't have to be a for-profit thing. It could simply be marked private and for your own personal collection. All right, that's what I've got this week. We are going through more of my Vegas finds. Let's see. This week we're heading downtown. We've got the Golden Nugget, the Plaza, Circa, Four Queens, El Cortez, California, Binion's, Main Street Station, the Grand, and the D. These are all downtown casinos. So I had high hopes for these. Let's see what turned up. Found a Where's George. This Where's George, let's see, I wrote them down. Where's George, this one came from Binion's. And the next one is also a Where's George, and this one came from the Grand. And I thought it was interesting because, let's see, they are similar stamps, but they're not the same. You can see they both have the arrows. They both have the circular thing. But when you look, this is all capital letters, and this has lowercase letters. So probably not the same person. It very well could be the same family. Somebody probably started off with one of these two stamps and passed it off to another family member. And they both spent the notes downtown, so I was able to get them both. But I will be logging those, and I will get them back into circulation. Found a birthday note, 1950. This would be 10/21, so that would be October 21st, 1950. Some trinaries, 3s, 7s, and 9s on this one. 2s, 5s, and 8s. 1s, 2s, and 5s. 0s, 1s, and 9s. 3s, 4s, and 5s. This one's quads, quad 6s. And then some stars. Only found one quad. All right. Checking to see if the stars are filled in. They are not. 2017 A star note, another 2017 A, another 2017. That one's in good shape. 2017, a little rougher, but still crisp. 2017, 2017, 2013, another 2013. And then this is this is the start of the older notes, but I put the 2021s that I found first. Once again, you guys are seeing me show 2021s. These were all part of that Vegas find. This was all before I had ever found one, so after the Vegas notes, this will be it for the 2021s, unless there's something special about them. Another 2021, another 2021, and finally the last 2021. All of mine have been from New York, by the way, in case you guys haven't paid attention. 2003A, another 2003A, another 2003A. That's not an error. That's a teller stamp. Unless you're an eBay seller, then that's worth $50. But no, it's a teller stamp. 2001, 1999, 1999, 1995. This one's crisp. Not a web note, too bad. You can see it's got the location there. And another 1995. This one's been written on, so probably going back. And the oldest note I found, this one was from 1974. And where was this one? This one came from the Grand. The Grand was cool because I got to play in a blackjack tournament there. Made it to the semifinals and just missed by about 500, about one chip, I think it was, that kept me out of the finals. Anyway, that's my stuff from downtown Vegas. What did I pull out this week? Well, on a trip to a show, I was buying different things, and a guy had a stack of notes, and I said, well, let me go through them. He says, I don't know, this is all garbage. Let me just go through it. And I went through it, and I pulled out one national, I think, and I saw this note, and this is the case that he had it in. No price, no nothing. And I said, what do you want for this? You know, and he says, with everything you got in your hand, I'll just throw this one in for you. I'm like, okay, thanks. So what is this? Well, this says the state of North Carolina will pay to the bearer at the Treasury on or before January 1st of 1866, 50 cents from Raleigh. And it's September 1st, 1862. And the treasurer's signature, that is hand-signed treasurer. You can see it's 50 cents. And let's see, by authority of law. How's that? Let's see, receivable in payment of all dues. So it is a 50-cent note from the state of North Carolina that predates all of our regular currency from the U.S. government. It also predates the Civil War, if I recall. I didn't know what it was worth. I had no idea. He didn't have a price on it. He just threw it in. So if I look at the back, let's see if there's anything on the back. Nope, nothing on the back. You can see it is got a little bit of a tear there. You can see the signature. That is a legit signature with the ink coming through. Not the greatest paper overall, but it wasn't printed on the greatest paper. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. So let's check this out in the book. But what book? Obsolete Paper Money, a guide with prices by Don Kelly. This book is similar to the national currency book that I have. The spiral bound is just incredible for being able to open it and flip it to the page you want to look at. I've got it at North Carolina stuff. There's North Carolina on the top. And this is the note right here. If I check, it says dated September 1st, 1862, 50-cent note. In very fine, it's $25, and new, it's $60. Keep in mind, this book is like 11 years old, so it's probably worth a little more than that now. Either way, I was able to find this in my book. Now, I'd also like to point out that this is just one note. This one note was a throw-in, potentially worth upwards of $60, maybe more, like I said, because of how old this is. But I paid $70, I think, for this book. And look at how thick this thing is. Okay, this is how many notes are throughout this entire book. And this one note covered my cost. The guy threw it in. Turns out it's worth the price of this book. If you like taking a shot at stuff like this when you go to shows, get yourself one of these obsolete currency books. Like I said, if you would have said $10, I would have took it. $20, I would have took it. Turns out it's 25 to 60 10 years ago. So it's clearly worth more than the price of the book. You guys can do this as well. It's very easy to go to shows and see stacks of notes that people don't have priced because they don't have one of those books, so they don't know what to price it at. That puts you as the buyer in a position to make a little bit of money. I'm not selling this. I think this is a cool addition to my collection. And anytime you have a hand-signed note from the 1860s, that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's what I've got for you guys this week. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.